Hello and welcome back to Long Live the Queen. Elodie is currently angry. I think we'll work on economics. War rages for control of Nova. As defending queen, you are required to take personal control of your forces. Your control of magic enhances your claim to divine right of rulership. Your lumen powers cause chaos among your enemies with explosive displays and waves of terror. You lack the strength to take on a whole army by yourself, of course, but they don't need to know that. Battles are won and lost, fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is a victory for your side. Your forces sweep through the rebellious duchies and are met with cheers by local population. Aris, the ringleader, is executed and the other rebels forced to pay tribute to keep their holdings. Of course, there is also a cost paid in lives. Your keen sense of military strategy enables you to resolve the affair with much less loss of life than might have been expected. Total casualties were a quarter of a battalion on your side and 1 3/4 battalions among the rebels. Of course, there are no more rebel soldiers now. They are once more your loyal subjects. So I just went to a civil war, guys. Civil war just happened. I'm still angry. Still gonna work on economics. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea! Knights, jousting, musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? They will go for employment. The winners will have the option of taking up royal appointments. It's a recruitment drive. Very well. I will draft the announcements. You leave him to his work. To his. Is there one that makes me? I'll go for. No, that's never. No, I'm depressed and afraid. Pressure now. Let's work on athletics. Kind of coincides with weaponry. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people would be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to danger. What event do you wish to take part in? How about we go with some fencing? Here are the divots of the blade. You can challenge each other to duels, but only for points, not blood and honor. You win your first match to uproarious applause, but are soon overpowered by more experienced competitors. Still, you did very well for your first tournament. All the winners are announced and displayed to great cheers. As near queen, you place our garlands around their necks. All of a sudden, a man approaches the winner's platform. It's Kevin, the Earl of Owl. In one hand, he carries an armored gauntlet, in the other a sword. My family's blood is on your hands. Aris, the ringleader of the rebellion. She was his mother. He casts the metal glove to the ground with a clatter and raises his sword, pointing it at you. I challenge you, Elodie. A life for a life. He's challenged you to a duel. Doesn't he know you could burn him to a crisp just by waving your hand? Let's just kill him with magic. Without a further word, you direct the full force of your magical wrath at the Earl of Owl. There is a horrible scream and the smell of burning flesh. I decline. Kevin's sword falls to the ground beside his gauntlet. He won't be needing either anymore. Well, he just tried to kill us. Let's go make us more pressured. And there were battalions, your newest fleet of the liner, and growing final checkout. Okay. Swimming. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. Fine, I'm coming. You find your father standing over a map of the coastline, his face grave. Ships have been sighted on approach from Sangea, not trade ships. This is a war fleet. I've been expecting something like this. Within a week they will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they can reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. You can try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. Recruit soldiers. Fine, we'll do that. You will need to draw up a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. Unless you think your personal skills will make the difference, I would strongly advise it against it. I'm going to direct the fleet. The risk is mine to take. You have your mother's heart. There is one more thing. I hesitate to ask, but an invasion is the sort of disaster for which a Lumen's power may be worth the cost. If the fleet could be destroyed before they reached our waters, many lives would be saved. I don't know any magic that could sink a whole fleet. I'll have to talk to my mentor. You find the Duchess of Ursel in her great guest quarters. A fleet from Sangea is attacking us. It is possible to sink them all with magic. It is easy enough to attack one soldier, one ship as a demonstration, but to obliterate an entire fleet, you would need an immense amount of power spread over a large area, more than any one lumen can control. If you tried to raise that much power yourself, you would die. Not could, would. So, it's hopeless. Not necessarily. The most dangerous power of Imperial Nova was that of lumens acting in concert. If the need is great and the will is true, one lumen may choose to give command to her power to another. 3, perhaps 4 people working together might have the strength to destroy a fleet. You, me, the priestess Celine, and my Aunt Lucille. Will that be enough? If your will is strong enough to wield that power, then yes, it should be. I'm gonna fight with Navy only. No, I think I'd rather rely on the soldiers to protect me. So be it. Let's get rid of that afraid. Danger on the high seas. Ships close in on each other, angling into range. You take the position with a spyglass, watching the enemy movements closely and shouting at any necessary plans and change in plans. The Sangeans outnumber you slightly, but it could all come down to strategy. Your skill in long-range magic makes you as effective as a cannon and more maneuverable, but there are far too many ships for you to take each one out individually. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered as the Shangean force press towards landfall. Your grasp of strategy allows you to recognize when the tipping point has been passed and order your remaining vessels to retreat before they are all destroyed. This saves lives, but it means leaving the Novan approach completely unguarded. Many good soldiers were lost today, and the Nova's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repel the invasion, the Shangean fleet will soon land and their troops will begin to progress towards your capital city. Your remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course. The main strength of your military has been exhausted. Noah's future looks bleak. Oh. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Shang-Jian control. Soldiers have marched through the villages, trampling fields and frightening citizens. A diplomatic delegation from Shang-Jia has requested access to the castle to discuss terms. Excuse me. Most likely for your surrender. You lack the strength to hold off their armies, and surrendering now will save many lives. It would seem that you have no choice. You prepare yourself as best as you can to meet with a representative from Shang-Jia. You expected diplomats and a military representative, a general or a mayor. You did not expect the handsome man, decked in jewels, who stands before you. A man announced by your servants as Togami, king of Shang-Jia. Is he really their king? Why would a king come all the way here? And he's a lumen, too. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. Don't pretend to be my friend while you're killing my people. Temper, temper, princess. After all, I am here to save your people. Merlion across the sea, you know nothing about his family. Okay. War benefits no one, don't you think? Such a terrible waste. Better to settle things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game, so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. Should I win, then your domain will submit and accept me as overlord, with no further resistance. Should I lose, then my army will leave your domain in peace and shed no more blood. What sort of game? It is well known that Nova is ruled by lumens, as it happens, I too possess the powers of a lumen. I propose a formal duel. My powers against yours. The winner takes control of Nova. The loser dies. Your games by your rules? For my life? That doesn't sound fair to me. The rules of formal dueling have been passed down for centuries and must be upheld. It is important that we do this by the ancient codes. Why should I? If you refuse, then the war will continue. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? I swear it by the gods. Nova will be free and safe. Why take that risk? You're winning the war. It's not your land that I want, it's your crystal. It won't work for you. How little you know. Under the right circumstances, Renaissance can be changed. To gain your power, I am willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? I can sense his power. It's so strong. I've learned everything I possibly could, but he's at least as good as I am. I don't like this, but what choice do I have? I accept his terms. Then I must. Togami explains the rules of formal dueling to you, including a carefully inscribed circle of wards which will contain the effects of any powers you wield, protecting bystanders from danger. And then it is time to begin. You trade attacks, one spell sensed and countered by another, reserving your strength as much as possible. It might also be exciting if your life weren't on the line. You need to end this quickly, before his experience allows him to come up with a trick you can't defeat. He's used to dealing with magical attacks, but he might not be expecting a physical one. Perhaps if you rushed him, you could take him off guard. Up close, he couldn't use his fancy spells, but what would you do then? You still have to use magic to win. You can't just grab him and bang his head against the floor. Perhaps you could focus your power into the shape of a sword and attack him with that. Or maybe if you could distract him somehow, you could cast a spell that he couldn't block. I'm gonna use a magic sword, because I'm good at that. Motes of shimmering moonlight collapse into a weapon in your hand. Your first lunge he dodges, rolling to the ground, but you recover quickly and strike again. In the confined space of the warded circuit, there is nowhere for him to run. The final strike of your moonblade parts his head from his shoulders. You have won. Dang. Brutal. Well, that happened. What's the athletics look like? Oh, cute. Alex. Running and climbing. Once you defeated the king of Shenjia in a duel, the invasion was meant to be over. In practice, it is not quite so easy to expel a foreign army from your lands, particularly when their leadership is falling apart. The remaining Shenjian generals seemed surprisingly eager to go home and left without a fuss. But a large number of soldiers have broken ranks and run amok, looting and pillaging their way through Nova just for fun. A number of royal holdings have been damaged and valuables have stolen. Not only do you lose them, but you will have to pay for repairs. With so many renegades on the loose, Nova seems likely to have severe bandit problems for years to come. When Togami died, he left behind a crystal, a mauve lumen crystal with glimmers of pink where it catches the light. Such a pretty bauble and such an ugly event. Since Nova won the duel, this crystal is now your rightful prize, but you have no idea what to do with it. For now, you lock it away in the royal treasury. Get rid of that afraid. You 10 sorcerers and the gas will grow, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. And let's do running and climbing again. Visitors have arrived to help you prepare for the upcoming festivities. Your family. Good day to you, niece. I hope all is well. Hi, Lodi. Mommy said you have all the best tutors and I should take classes with you. Great. Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation as queen. Have you done enough to build a stable, Nova? John, be quiet. I'm almost done recording. It is traditional for the palace to provide entertainment and refreshment for the common people when the new monarch is crowned. It is a rare opportunity for the poor of the land to dine like nobles. Unfortunately, the royal treasury has been stretched too far in recent times to celebrate a great feast. Perhaps next year. Okay, I guess we can talk to Charlotte. Hi, Lodi. Hi. What's the matter? Now that she's a minister, Mommy's been telling me more about lumens. She wants me to learn about magic so I can be one when I'm older. But she says I need a crystal, and the only way to get one is when she dies, or when you die. I don't want to be a lumen anymore. Don't worry, we're both going to live a very long time. Really? I promise. Swimming left. You awaken to the sound of chanting outside the castle. You stick your head out the window to see what's happening, then withdraw with the gas. The peasants are rebelling. Hundreds, maybe thousands of them, with spears and pitchforks and torches, all screaming for your removal. And here you are in your tower, with your armies depleted from recent war. Of course, you do have an advantage over the mob. You are a lumen. Do you dare turn your powers on your own people? I'm gonna wait for them to go away. There's nothing for you to do but huddle behind your stone walls and hope that you can resist the siege. But a queen without followers is no queen at all. Having lost the mandate of the people, it is inevitable that you will be replaced. What? So the reins of power slipped from Edeli's grasp. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Maybe different choices train different skills, and Edeli's star may rise again. Okay. I was so close. Maybe we'll play again. Bye for now.